Bukola now joins me to bring us what you've been talking about on X, Bukola.
Yes, well done, Jeffrey. One of the stories that we should be paying attention to is the House of Reps debate on whether or not to deploy the services of mercenaries to combat terrorism, banditry, insurgency in Nigeria's north. Indeed, it's an acknowledgement of the weight, indeed the magnitude of the challenge. And if we consider, the trajectory of the deployment of mercenaries to combating warfare, we recorded some successes in the recent past, I believe under the administration of former President Goodluck Jonathan. But at what cost is it? And some of the time, does government actually adhere to some of the recommendations, foreign mercenaries in the fight against insurgency? So we should be paying close attention to the outcome of this. And Jeffrey, by the way, will there be, a speedy consideration of this proposition, as we have seen the consideration
we've seen
bill proposing the return to the old new national anthem?
We've seen a lot of speed in the National Assembly in certain bills, not even in the 10th Assembly. I think we saw one in the 8th Assembly, we saw one, I think, in the 9th Assembly. And now we've seen this very expeditious passage for the national anthem. And some people are saying this is suspect. But it's a law, whether we like it or not. The legislators have done their job in their own wisdom. The president has signed and assented to that bill. It's now a law. Let's see how it plays out. But you are saying a lot on X. Abdullahi Umar Zama says the long-awaited national anthem bill that will solve the issues of insecurity, hunger, corruption, and create job opportunity has been officially signed by the president.
That is quoted with a lot of sarcasm. Well, this one is from Ayo, that Ondo boy, who says, as for me, yes, that's it, I'm in support of this old national anthem. Oh, Tinubu, you do this one, no. Now let's sign to build the old exchange rate, old food price to us at the time of the old national anthem.
So Nigerians
Another one quoted with sarcasm.
Nigerians are not happy, apparently, for a lot of them. Omia Box says, instead of going back to the colonial anthem, the federal government should have asked Nigerians to submit proposed anthems that would resonate with the current dispensation. Do we have to always go back as a nation? Big question.
Big question there. This one is from Bami. He has just 2 lines for the government, and he says, now billions of naira will be spent in the name of training Nigerians to learn and sing the anthem. That's from Bami.
All right, Ndudi Osakwe says, those asking what difference does it make? It makes a difference. Students drunk on Friday night at the night sub sing both stanzas of this anthem. Aluta students sing it. NSAS protesters sang it. Nigerians rise to the anthem during international football matches. There is something about the old anthem, Nigeria, we hail thee.
Well, we have a vox pop from reactions from Nigerians.
Yes, before we take that vox pop, let's take what Pato Ena says. This government is never implementing policies that will alleviate the poverty in the economy. Or do they think hungry people sing the national anthem? So let's take a listen to what you've been saying on the streets.
I don't remember that again. When I listened to it, I remember when I was in primary school, going up from my mother's house taking me to school. I remember this anthem. It's wonderful. I think I prepared to this.
Can you sing it, sir? Please sing it.
I just said that I can't even know how to sing it.
Please sing it for us.
I will bite my tongue.
When I saw the news, I was not really sure why we were reverting back. I actually think the Ministry of Orientation, if there's any functional one, should give us a brief, enlighten the public on why we are reverting back to the old anthem, because I don't know the reason why, and as a Nigerian, I do not really understand why.
Do you know it? Can you sing it? Just try.
I don't even know what it is. I have no idea what it is. I know the current national anthem. I know the pledge. I even know the second stanza, but this old one, I don't even think I was born when they were using that.
What would the Gen Zs now say?
Well, they've got to learn it because, in public events, just as the call to the old national anthem, old new national anthem was you have to sing the new old national anthem, in public events, and do the salute and the call to honor the national anthem as we all do.
I guess some people may just be quiet. It may just be quiet now when we sing national anthem.
I think we have more reactions.
We have more reactions to the national anthem.
Changing an anthem when we have insecurity around the corner, we have hunger, people are striving to look out for what it is. There's hunger in the town, and then the only thing that we bring to the table is having to change our national anthem as well. For me, generally, or me personally, I don't think that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a lot. So the older generation, those who were there before 78 and all of that, they could go, we used to sing when we were in school. We grew up singing Arise O Come. Now they're taking away our Arise.
And Jeffrey, even some of the older...
us, Nigeria, we hail thee. So maybe the little kids at home, maybe they have, I don't know.
Even some of the old generation cannot remember the entire 3 stanzas of the old new national anthem anymore, so it says quite a lot. And some of the verses of the old national anthem, some of the lines, bears resemblance with the new national anthem. For instance, there's a line that says something about, "Oh God of creation." There's a prayer in the old new national anthem as well.
Some are even criticizing that line that says,
"Though tribe and tongue."
Native land, not though tribe and tongue. Now,
some even query that as well.
Native land, native something. That itself, they suggest is a bit colonial, but in approach. Anyway, okay, but whatever. People have a right to their views. Okay, it's democracy. Do you like the anthem? Do you like the idea? Whether you like it or not, unfortunately, you will have to learn to sing it because it is now a law. But that doesn't stop you from saying what you want to say, which is why we're here, okay? Let's find out other things going on. CJN summons Kano Chief Judge, federal judge over conflicting court orders. We've seen what played out in Kano concerning the emirship. So, Abdul Wahab Usman Garba says, act now and call the federal chief judge to order because the chieftaincy affairs is not under his jurisdiction.
Well, this one is from Omoba, who says Nigerians are waiting for the outcome of the summons. Nigerian constitutions must be upheld over personal interests. And he ends by saying, may Nigeria succeed.
Amen. Nazifi Abdullahi Shekare, call yourself police_boy. We play too much in this country. Lastly, we must all respect constituted authority. Governor is a chief security officer of this state. Also, governor is responsible for issuing certificate of to kings and emirs in the state, not the federal government.
Well, that's a very critical point there. Damilari Odulesi says the judiciary system of Nigeria is in shambles. This is the worst of it ever in the history of this country. Well, debatably, Damilari, there are other views to consider as far as work there is concerned. He continues by saying, before now, they used to say the judiciary is the last hope of the common man. I believe that's what he intends to say. But he ends by asking, how did we get there?
JB says, CJN summons County Chief Judge. Who will summon him for appointing his own son? I don't know about this. As a federal judge, his brother is staff of this SC, Supreme Court, and his daughter-in-law also a judge. So the argument is always if they are qualified, why not, if not? But we can't speak for them, and all of that.
So let's go to another talking point, and this time Nigerians are talking about the president making Abuja light rail free till December. And the first one is from Aramide, who says, it is a laudable initiative by President Tinubu to allow commuters enjoy free ride of the newly inaugurated Abuja light rail till December. The idea will ease the pains of transportation and subsidy removal in the FCT and serve as a platform of delivering dividends of democracy.
P. Adair says this is commendable. This is going to go a long way in easing transportation fare in Abuja metropolis.
And Safety Cabal says some relief to the resident of the 25% FCT Abuja. we get you there.
Yeah, Adlove Global says, good, it may reduce transport costs.
And lastly, this one is from Inuwali, who says, take a loan for a railway project, then give 7 months free ride. Meanwhile, Interest is accruing on the loan.
All right. We can move on to others now.
Can you satisfy Nigerians, Jeffrey?
Well, that shows that we have a critical mind. However you come, Nigerians are thinking through the line. So the court orders forfeiture of $1.4 million linked to the former CBN governor. You've been reacting. Alani Yeyemi says, please, when is the court going to jail him? Well, he has to go through prosecution and adjudication and all of that. Or is he going to be forfeiture alone? If he were to be an ordinary citizen, would have had the years of jail term, or is the law different for some people in the country? Well, the lawyer will take his course. He's still under adjudication. And
this one's from John Deere, who has just one line. Anything that is linked to him, they should just collect it. But he still has his fundamental human rights as an individual.
As a matter of fact, Evo_Evil says Emefiele did like Abuja, stole as much as possible. We must say, allegedly, those authorities discovered they will recover. Those they can't recover will go to his family. Allegedly, we must say. It's an allegation.
Yes, he remains innocent until proven guilty. And this last one on this talking point is from Victor, who says, this man just sleazing allegedly again CBN all through his service. Now, wow.
Okay, the federal government's, okay, I think is that maybe that's all we can take on this particular one. But hey, keep your conversations, your thoughts coming through on X. As much as possible, we'll take it. But don't forget, we also have your WhatsApp number. Also send your videos as well as your messages, especially if you can sing the national anthem. Maybe sing the old one, sing the new one, sing the old new one, the new old one, just whatever. But you know that Nigeria We Hail Thee is our official national anthem beginning from yesterday going forward.
Please help Jeffrey. Jeffrey needs to learn it.
I know a bit of it. It's just that my head is just wrapped around what I'm used to. We'll take this quick break. When we come back, we'll start our first conversation for the day. Join us again.